After World War II and the beginning of the Cold War, the US and the Soviet Union were bitter rivals. They were in a race to make bigger and bigger bombs to blow each other off the face of the earth if either were to step out of line. These bombs turned into missiles, and these missiles only got bigger, to the point where they could hit a target on the other side of the globe. On October 4th, 1964, America was in utter disbelief. The Soviets launched the first artificial satellite, Sputnik 1, into orbit by strapping it on top of one of their missiles. People were horrified by the potential gap in scientific advancement between the two countries. Embarrassed, the US scrambled to get their own satellite in space. In December 1957, they launched Vanguard, which immediately blew up. In January, they launched Explorer 1, which made it into orbit. Except the Soviets had already put a dog in space. The space race was getting intense, so the US assembled the best of the best scientists and engineers, creating NASA in July 1958, with the goal of beating the Russians. NASA formed the Mercury Project with the goal of putting the first person in orbit and bringing them home safely. Alright, everything's going smoothly. Uh-oh. NASA was going to need to keep their astronauts alive, so they developed the Mercury capsule to carry food, water, and oxygen in a pressurized cabin. The Mercury Project developed the first heat shields to protect astronauts during re-entry, as well as parachutes to smooth their landing. And if anything goes wrong, they have their trusty launch escape system. These developments would set a precedent for future crew capsules and astronaut safety policies. In May 1961, Alan Shepard successfully completed the US's first manned suborbital flight, except Russian Yuri Gagarin did the same thing a month earlier. Finally, in 1962, John Glenn would do what the Mercury Project set out to do. He orbited the Earth 3 times and came back home safely. Except German Titov beat him by 6 months. The US lost to the Soviets during the Mercury program, but regardless, it was a crucial precursor that laid the groundwork for the Gemini program and eventually the Apollo program, where the US would finally beat the Russians by putting the first man on the moon. Many of the systems and practices developed by the Mercury program, such as ground crews, capsule design, and launch escape systems, are still being implemented today.